I'm going to show you today how to top dress a plant. So what I've got here is a rose, and I've very carefully, being careful not to damage the roots, removed the top rubbish off the soil. So that can be any weed, moss, old leaves, things like that. And then the top layer of compost or soil. And top dressing can be done on beds and borders as well as containers, but it's most effective on containers. And what I've got here is my special mix. Now you can just use your own garden compost if it's well rotted. A peat-free multi-purpose compost would be fine, or shrub compost or John Innes number 3. This is my special mix, which is a third vermiculite, a third coir, and a third mix of different multi-purpose shop bought and trade bought composts. And then adding some slow release fertilizer. This releases over 6 months. There is also a special rose and shrub one, there's special camellia ones. What I would say is if you've got a lot of the one type of plant, I would get the one specially formulated for that, like the rose one. But because I've only got the one rose to do, I'm just doing this, and use the measurement on the back of the label. However, I know what it looks like to what amount of compost I'm doing, so I can just mix it by eye now. I've been using it for so many years. There we go. That's my mix there, and you can barely see the feed, but it is in there. There's these little balls. Okay. Now you don't have to use these type of synthetic slow release fertilizers. There's also some other options, and I'll go through that just now. So here we are on the Gardening In website. This is the Gardening In Association's recommended products, and there's a link in the description of this video. On it, it will give you what is judged to be the best current deals in different types of feeds. So for instance, you've got a houseplant feed there, and there'll be the different categories covered. This is always being constantly edited to get the best deal and the best products. For instance, here's the Miracle Grow product that I'm using at the moment, the slow release one, which lasts up to 6 months. And there's also like a organic version here. So you can see by Miracle Grow, but that only lasts up to 3 months, that one in the slow release. And there'll be plant specific ones on here. So for instance, the rose and shrub. There's camellia, azalea, rhododendron one, so an ericaceous slow release there as well. And there's also plant-based options. So there's again the Miracle Grow organic slow release, which is a plant-based one. And there's also on here a really good liquid seaweed-based product from Maxi Crop. So this page is constantly being added to. So if you need a feed or a compost or something like that, this link is a great one to go to. And also by clicking through the option on here, it will take you through to Amazon or another shopping cart link. So I've got my top dressing mix. Now all I have to do is carefully bring it in, replenishing up to where the soil level should be. Okay, I'm just gonna gently firm down. This mix is just moist. It will actually expand a tiny bit higher when it gets wet with the vermiculite in it, so I'm going to leave it at that and just water it in now. And that's good for another 6 months. Then I can do the same activity, or I can just use a liquid feed or a feed like this again and just scatter it on the surface, maybe just tease it in. And that's top dressing.